Story time. So, yesterday, while I was at work, we had this guy come up. He started having a little bit of a problem. He had come up to fill up just a little bit on gas, and it was only pumping for like 5 minutes, and then it clicked off. Not even 5 minutes, like just a few seconds. Like he had only been there for like a minute. Not long enough to get charged. What he found out was $36. Now, obviously, if something happened, that's a little bit of a problem. But as me, even though I'm the one that runs the pumps, I can't actually do anything. So I tell him that I can call the manager, see if I can do anything, because he's consistently saying, that he needs to get this taken care of now. So I'm like, okay. I call up and ask if there's a manager at the main store. I was told, yeah, he's like, he should be here. He tells me which one of the managers it is, and he says he'll patch me through to him. I'm like, cool. I hang up, and then like I help the next customer, and then while I'm helping the next customer, I get a phone call again. I get told this time there are no managers. By the time it had been like, 5 or 6 o'clock, all the managers had already left to go home for the day. We have like 4 or 5 managers. Every single one of them had apparently left for the day. I tell this to the guy, unfortunately, and he starts getting really upset. So I start doing a little bit of investigating. I ask him for his Kroger card, and I ask to look at whatever card he used to pay. I look up the transaction on the pump that he was at. It, matched the prices and everything. It matched the pump, so I found the correct one. Not only did the rewards card that he have not match, but also the debit card or credit card or whatever payment card he used also did not match the one that was on. So, in my personal opinion, the way that it looked was that somebody may have paid but not finished the pump correctly, so he was able to pull up and just keep pumping on their gas, or I don't know. That's at least personally what I think happened. And I tell him that, but he doesn't seem to listen because I tell him this legitimately 2 or 3 times over the course of the next 10, 15 minutes while he's standing around saying that he's not leaving until he talks to someone because he needs to get this taken care of now because he's going out of town and he's not going to be able to come back for this. And like I tell him, I understand, but I don't think it was your card that was charged. And finally, like I managed to be able to get him after he comes up after like 5 minutes of sitting in his car saying that like he's on the phone, like he needs to talk to someone, he needs to get this taken care of now. And I'm like, I understand. However, I am almost entirely certain that the card that was charged the 36 whatever dollars was not the one that was your card. It was not your card that was charged the $36. It looks like somebody else's card was charged that. How exactly? I don't 100% know. But after I tell him that as directly as I possibly can, he ends up just leaving. I don't see him for the rest of the day, despite the fact that he's saying that he wasn't going to leave until he gets this taken care of. So, I don't know what exactly happened. He wasn't overly mean about it. Like, he tried to be understanding on my end, but how insistent he was, how, like, overly aggressive he was, like, there were points where I legitimately thought that I needed to lock my door to make sure that he didn't get in, just because, like, he was that upset to the point where, like, I don't imagine he would have come in and done anything, but it's always just something that I prefer to do just for my safety. And that's why you need to make sure that everything is on the up and up whenever you do something. Granted, all of our fuel pumps barely work, if I'm being honest. Like, honestly, I don't know why we haven't gotten them fixed, but apparently they haven't gotten fixed in months. But you always just want to be extra careful whenever you're pumping your fuel or anything, just because, there are card skimmers that can be in there. There could be someone else's card. You could accidentally take someone else's money. That's happened a few times lately where someone told me the wrong number for whatever pump they're on, and they gave me cash for it, and they ended up basically giving that cash to someone else. It's a mess. Just make absolutely sure you know like what pump you're on, how much you want to do, you're using the right card, make sure everything is ready, all your ducks are in a row, all that. Because then it comes back to me, and unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do in a lot of those situations, which means that people get upset at me. So just make sure you go step by step to make sure that you're all good whenever you get your gas pumped.